Hello, Judo Gamer here, and right now I'm in Train Simulator, and I was doing a different kind of video. Now I'm showing off my layout I've made. Well, when I say layout, it's basically a replica of the island of Sodor, though not to full accuracy, and there are no Thomas engines. There's some minor rolling stock. We're starting here at Tidmouth Sheds. There are 8 sheds. Here's the ditch from off the rails. I like to change it as the season goes by, so right now, as this recording, we're in April, so everywhere's all green, but when it gets to, say, December, I'll cover it all in snow. This is the good shed with the breakdown crane, along with Annie and Clarabelle, or it's supposed to be. Here's Netford Station, here's what's supposed to be Gordon, with express coaches and some GWR 4-wheel coaches. That's supposed to be the office, and there were going to be some... I was going to build a wall over here, and on this side, but I just never really got around to it. Here's the yard, more coaches, a coal hopper, some empty trucks, hoppers, flatbeds. I did purchase some Sodor tar tankers. Here's Oliver with his actual basis, the 14XX, along with, I also got a actual towed brake van. Here's the washdown, more sidings. Here's the siding from Pop Goes the Diesel. Speaking of diesel, he's back here, though in as a class 13, not an 08, and we also have some milk tankers. Back here is Knapford Harbour. Here are some sheds, just a random train. Here's where Percy fell into the sea, so the ocean then. More sidings, cranes, floating crane even, sidings, filled with trucks. So a warehouse. This is supposed to be the post train down here. Over here is my version of Henry, the V2, though I did download a Black 5, but it's missing some dependencies. Here's the Flying Kipper. Here's Bear. I can't remember if it's a class 35 or class 31 high mech. More trucks over here, some flatbeds along with the key, or a key. Bridge that leads over here. We have Knapford Scrapyard. We have 2 BR class 08s, Ari and Bert. We've got some steel pipes, empty trucks, flatbeds. There's still a lot of fire bars that make lots of smoke, which I guess adds to the effect. Lots of scrap and steel work buildings. This is just 2 smelting sheds put together. You probably can't see because of all the smoke. And some ladle trucks back here. And a sort of an open smelting pit that I've made. So a gate. This is Tidmouth. As I said, it's not completely accurate, it's not full length. You can download an actual island of Sodor on trains if you want. Now you'll have to find a website for that. Here's my version of James. We've got Spencer's special coach. A good shed with some not tar tankers, milk tankers and some empty trucks. A random train here on a turntable. Here's the coal mine from Series 5. Here's my version of Percy, GWR Trojan. Just some empty trucks over here, some coal piles, a couple of coal hoppers, small mine tunnel over here, and some sidings. We'll go on to the bit over there later. For now, we'll leave Knapford as the thing decides to load. We'll now take a detour as such onto Duck's branch line, which is over here. Sorry if you can't see the track, it takes a long time to load. This is the 3-way bridge from Series 3, what's supposed to be. This track here goes onto Thomas's branch line and comes from Knapford Harbour. 2 tracks over here. That we'll get onto later. Here's the ballast mine. Ballast. I think I am completely messing up words. Here's Duck with some hoppers. This is supposed to be the miniature railway, though the technically narrow gauge. That's Frank. I can't tell which one's supposed to be Rex, Michael, Bert. Here's the coaches. It's supposed to be where they put the ballast. I think it's made using helicopter lift tables. Just some bridge supports that kind of make it look realistic, but not really. Here's the miniature railway. It's very small, but it's a pretty big ballast mine over here. Along with a very nice mountain range. Pretty neat. And it just loops back round. Not much here. Here's Tidmouth Holt. Still has the sheds along the tunnel, which links back to Knapford Harbour. Over here, this is supposed to be the line from Toby's Discovery. Got a little shed. For some reason we have holes in the beach. It just goes on to the mine, which in this version hasn't been repaired. The castle just loops back. And here is what in the game is 2 Olympic stadiums. It's supposed to look like a battleship, but it doesn't right now because it's destroyed and on fire. That's something I came up with myself. And that's Duck's branch line. Pretty small. Going to the main line, here's Henry's Tunnel. You got Gordon's Hill. The track goes from 3 to 2. Here's Marin Station, small siding. There's a little village over here. Here's what's supposed to be the cement works, which I had Harry and Bert working here, but now it's just empty with a few trucks and a couple of tankers. Here's my own coal mine, my own Donald and Douglas's. Eleanor 060s. Lots of trucks here, 2 hoppers, one here that has 3 tracks and the other here, which also connects to the fuel depot. Got oil tankers, fuel tankers, and there's even a fuel drop-off point over here. And here's Wellsworth, otherwise known as Edward Station. Here's Edward down here in the shed with some coaches behind him and next to him, and generally just trucks and a turntable. If we go on to Edward's branch line, we have the China Clay Works. Here's Boco, but it's a 24, not a 28. Here are my Bill and Bens, even though they are, I think they're ex-LMS 1361s. And originally there was actually an extension bit that ran across here, ran back round, but I generally just got rid of it. It was pointless. Here's the bridge. The bridge from Series 3. If you ever watched this, it's like all at sea in one good turn, you'd remember this. The church over here. These trees were put here quite recently. Here's the dip. Right, the drain, that's what it's called, the drain. From the railway series, this rests quite close to the sea. Here's Derrick down here with some tar tankers, BR Class 17, some logs. This bit around here, where the sheds connect back around to Tidmouth, across a bridge and tunnel. Random sidings over here. Here is Cranky, my own version of Cranky. He's blue instead of green. Ships over here, which there are a lot of. 2 very long trains back here. It's my version of Salty. And here we have some coils, empty flatbeds, some concrete slabs, and it just loops back round. We go back to the main line. Here's Wellsworth Scrapyard, the scrap class 55. No, is it the class 55 or a class 50? This is the scrap shed. Here's Elsbridge Viaduct, which actually connects to the sea through this dam, if you will. I don't know what these are supposed to be. This pretty small station with a little village. It's the barber shop from A Close Shave, which you can actually crash into, and I installed some invisible track. Here's the lead mine from Down the Mine. Couldn't quite replicate how it is in the story or the episode, but it's close enough. There's a mine track down here that if the whatever doesn't stop in time, will just burst out through here. So that's pretty fun to mess around with. Of course, load up trucks over here. This is Elsbridge. This track on the left goes to Thomas' branch line. Here's a siding station with a small turntable, train, some milk, tankers, all good shed. There's Dryo with an actual working helicopter. And here's what leads up to the bridge. Here's the dairy, a farm. Quite a big looking farm. Here's what's supposed to be Thomas, and this is a saddle tank. This is Elbridge Harbour. It's Elbridge Viaduct. The water's surprisingly higher than it is generally. Here's another bridge with Hackenbeck Tunnel. From Thomas Terrace in the Snow. Here's Farquhar. I haven't installed any sheds, which I should probably do. Here's an Everett Quarry. It's quite big, with my version of Mavis down here. Sidings that loop round back here. The hill, of course we remember from Series 3. The hay farm from Woolly Bear, which connects back round to over there. This is surprisingly close to the Scar Lorry Railway, which it shouldn't be. This is sort of sections from Toby's Online. This is the section from the intro. I sort of place it like here, you might remember. Here's the waterfall, the level crossing. Yeah, that's pretty much Farquhar. It sort of it all loops around and it's pretty nice and open. As far as the main line, over here we have Henry's Forest, some fallen trees down here, a lumberyard, timber, logs, or even sawdust. These are some pretty big trees. Over here we have the flour mill. It's very big, but there's not very much going on here, to be honest. And here's the Third Suspension Bridge. Here's what could be Kronk, Kelsthorpe, I don't really know. That's actually a very tight bend over here. Here is Crowbins Gate Works. Here's Crowbins Gate itself with the narrow gauge railway. We have versions of Peter Sam, Duke, Rusty, Mighty Mac, Duncan, and Sandal. The coaches, the goods yard behind. We have some gunpowder. Vans, we have a turntable. The line is fairly accurate to its depiction in Series 4. The section where the lake, the causeway, loops around here. There's a grain field over here. It goes up into the mountains where Bulldog takes place. Then you have the slate quarry itself with the very big incline. The junction over that leads to the lakeside station. And you have what's supposed to be the Old Iron Bridge, even though it's actually wooden. Here is what's supposed to be Boulder Quarry. This is the big section with the avalanche from snow. I like these crane digger things. I can't remember the name for them. Here we have the section where Boulder did crash. Sometimes just bake this bit here with a floating crane, quite literally. There's a standard gauge section over here, which links back over here. So we have a section over here that leads to the tunnel from Special Funnel, which loops over here to the station and then onto the mainland. This is probably one of the quickest sections of the track over here. You don't really have to slow down all the way from Crowbins Gate to Vickerstown. The cat's also behind me as well, snoozing away. Here's Vickerstown, with 2 turntables on each side. Section to Boulder Quarry. Here's the Vickerstown lift bridge. It's actually 2 lift bridges, whereas it's normally 1. Here's the narrow gauge section. Of course, there's always a road running by. Here's a warehouse. No, it's not a warehouse. Power plant. Very small, some tar tanks and flatbeds. Here's the looping section. Here's where Stepney was. Rescued. Here we have some sheds, and generally the massive goods yard. There's where Oliver was found. Lots of tankers, flatbeds, cranes, some scrap. Section over here, the rotating bridge turntable. Here we have a massive station along with some sheds, turntable, coal hopper, coach shed. Pretty nice. And we just come back round. Here we have a foresty abandoned mine section. Cat's jumped off. Jumped off the chair. You know, see, it generally looks pretty, what's the word, derelict. Here we have this massive bridge running through sort of a canyon type area. Massive forest on the coast. Another station over here. On this side we go up on sort of a Gordon's Hill 2.0, if you will, to the working section of the mine, where not much really goes on. This is like a basin section, if you will. Here is the other railway. Here's the massive goods yard. It's a goods yard and a coach yard. This is supposed to be Flying Scotsman's second tender down here. Coaches, houses, tower blocks, a massive station. We have my version of Pip and Emma. Cat's now resting on the floor. Here we have the massive sheds over here with a A4, Flying Scotsman, City of Truro, Stepney, along with 2 other engines, King Arthur class over here. I really like these sheds over here. Here we have another little farm, and this is sort of, if you ever read Wilbert the Forest Engine, you'll remember the story about 16, this is where he crashed, so this is basically the tip. Truck says a pannier tank over here, but it's a different one. Some sheds. There's a bridge connecting over here. Here, this is sort of an old factory that's been taken out. We have trucks, bricks and timber. This is supposed to be Jack in the Pack down here. Yeah, so, you know, there's Patrick, Buster, Jack and Alfie, Max and Monty, Isabella, Oliver. That's supposed to be Byron. And that's it. Here's the massive port over here. Here we have a BR class of just for a very long goods train. Here you can drop off petrol, crude oil, dust, sand, or sawdust maybe, coal, timber. There's a container section for passengers, where ships can dock. Here's a shed over here where we have petrol, fuel, flatbeds, a Ginty locomotive, some tar wagons. just zoom out. That's very much all the other railway has to offer. Section you can come through, there's a farm track. And this section over here, which is sort of not finished yet, it's basically an expressway that runs all the way from the other railway, just across the sea. Actually, it sort of rises and comes down again. And it goes sort of technically onto Ducks Branch Line, then cuts back, where we were earlier. And then you'll sort of get spit out back through here. Otherwise, it's all fully functioning if you want a full zoom out. Here's how big it is. There's a complete ocean surrounding it. I think we've covered everything. I think it was a joy to build. Oh, this is sort of supposed to be Duke's old line over here. What was? With sleepers and some rails. This is supposed to be some kind of dam, if you will. Yeah, but that's pretty much everything. I mean, it's got everything. It's supposed to be the Understood one. I think it does a pretty good job of looking at it. So, oh, we forgot one last thing. We forgot the last bit of Ducks Branch Line. This is supposed to be the Normanby fishing line. This is from Something in the Air. It's the lighthouse, which I'm going to transfer onto the pool area. Here's my vision of Arthur. There we have an extra set of 2 wheels. It's the village itself, the fishing boats, the trains, the trucks, if you will. I haven't added any cars to the roads, because I kind of thought, well, what's the point, really? Or I generally just haven't got around to it. I've added things like trees and houses and all that. And I like this island here because it's sort of supposed to be shaped a bit like a fish. If I zoom out a bit. Something like that. It does look a bit like a fish, if you will. A bit like a whale. I might call this Whale Island. Of course, you've got ships in the ocean. And that's very much it. So, I hope you guys enjoy this little me talking section. Back to my wonderful railway that I made. That's because some of the water isn't connected, because it's all connected together. So if I'm, say, lowering the water on one side over here, it'll affect, say, Ellsbridge. So the roads, practically all the stations function, along with all the rolling stock as well. I don't really know what else there really is to add. The last thing we added, I sometimes say we, is the port, actually, along with sort of the tip demolition site, if you will. This is the latest things we added. I keep on saying we for some reason, even though this is entirely my work. Well, I say that, everything I made, and I made about 2 versions of this prior and accidentally ended up deleting both of them. But I'm very proud of this work, and I hope you guys really like it too. So, remember guys, like, comment, and subscribe. I hope you guys enjoyed this little video of me talking about my wonderful railway. Perhaps I might do some more trains videos in the future. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. And perhaps in the comments say which bit you like best. Whether you like, the Skarloey section, or you like the harbour, or hey, you like a siding. Thank you for watching.